You ever notice how saving your first few $1,000s feels like you're trying to run uphill in sand while carrying groceries? Like you finally decide you're going to get serious about money. You make a budget, you download an app, you skip coffee for 2 weeks, and somehow your savings account still says $1,200. But then you hear someone else casually say, yeah, once I hit 40 or 50,000 saved, it just started growing on its own. And you're sitting there thinking, how is that even possible? Are they lying? Or am I just terrible with money? If that feels painfully familiar, that's literally most people. Here's the thing. It's not that you're bad at saving. It's that the first $5,000 is a completely different game than the next $45,000. And today I want to explain why, using real numbers, real psychology, and real steps you can actually use. My name is Donald, and I spend way too much time thinking about how to make money. If you're someone who's looking for how to make passive income, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, most people assume saving money is linear. They think saving $1,000 is hard, saving $5,000 must be 5 times harder, and saving $50,000 must be impossible. That sounds logical, but it's completely wrong. In reality, saving money gets easier the more you already have. And here's what most people don't realize. Your income behavior, your spending habits, your stress levels, and even how other people treat you financially all change once you hit certain savings milestones. And the first real breakpoint is right around $5,000. Let's talk about the math first. According to the Federal Reserve, about 37% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money. And the median savings balance for Americans under 35 is under $3,000. So if you're struggling to hit $5,000, statistically speaking, you're normal. Now imagine you make $60,000 a year. After taxes, maybe you take home around $3,700 a month. Your fixed costs hit first: rent, car payment, insurance, groceries. By the time that's done, maybe you have $300 or $400 left that could theoretically go to savings. But real life happens. Car repairs, medical bills, flights, random expenses that make no sense. So instead of saving $400 a month, you save $150, or some months nothing at all. At $200 a month, it takes over 2 years to hit $5,000. 2 years of discipline with almost no visible reward. That's exhausting. And this is where psychology kicks in. Humans are terrible at sticking with long-term effort when the reward feels far away. Saving your first $5,000 doesn't change your lifestyle. It doesn't make you feel rich, and one emergency can wipe it out instantly. So your brain starts asking, why am I even doing this? That feeling has a name. It's called effort-reward imbalance. You're doing the work, but your brain isn't getting enough feedback to stay motivated. It's like going to the gym for months and not seeing results. Most people quit right before it starts working. Now let's fast forward. Imagine you somehow push through. You hit 5,000, then 10,000, then 20,000. Everything changes. First, emergencies stop being emergencies. When you have 20 to 50,000 saved, a $1,200 car repair is annoying, but it doesn't destroy you. You don't go into debt. You don't undo months of progress. Your savings stop going backwards. That alone creates momentum. Second, your money starts making money. Let's keep it simple. $5,000 invested at 7% earns about $350 a year. That barely feels real. But $50,000 at the same return earns about $3,500 a year. Now your money is acting like a side hustle without effort. This is where it gets really interesting. Once investment growth starts covering your mistakes, saving no longer feels fragile. You stop feeling like one bad month will ruin everything. Third, your behavior changes, and this part is huge. When you have money saved, you make better decisions by default. You don't panic. You don't rely on credit cards as much. You don't take terrible jobs out of desperation. Research from Princeton shows that financial stress reduces cognitive performance by the equivalent of losing 13 IQ points. Being broke literally makes you worse at money. When you have a buffer, your brain works better. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I still don't have $5,000, so this doesn't help me. I get it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The hardest money you will ever save is the first chunk. That doesn't mean it's impossible. It means you need a different strategy early on. The goal at the beginning is not growth, it's stability. Instead of asking, how can I save more, ask, how can I stop going backwards? Separate your emergency fund. Automate even small transfers. Remove the need to dip back into savings every time life happens. Momentum beats motivation. Another trick is to create visible wins. Split your savings mentally. $1,000 is untouchable emergency money. The rest is progress money. When you hit milestones, your brain gets a win. That matters more than people think. And here's something most people don't realize. A $300 monthly income increase changes everything. That's one small freelance client, one weekend gig, or one skill upgrade. You don't need a new career, you need margin. I've seen this over and over. Someone struggles for years to save anything. They finally hit $5,000, and within the next few years they're at $50,000 or more, not because they became smarter, not because they doubled their income, but because emergencies stopped derailing them and compounding started working. If you're stuck under $5,000, nothing is wrong with you. You're just in the hardest financial phase. Once you cross it, money stops feeling like a constant fight and starts feeling like a system you can control. Wealth isn't built in dramatic moments. It's built in boring months where nothing seems to change. If you're in that phase right now, keep going. You're closer than you think. If this helped you see money differently, make sure to subscribe. I post videos like this every week breaking down how money actually works in real life. And remember, the first $5,000 isn't about money, it's about momentum.